What's going on? This is Shamus. Welcome to my channel. I want to thank everybody that stops by to show my channel love. Keep posting comments, keep sending me messages, keep sending me DMs so I can know what type of content I can produce to help you on your journey, on your road to entrepreneurship. So this video today, I wanted to go over the systems that I use inside my real estate company. I know a lot of people out there are trying to get started in wholesaling and they don't know what direction to go. So what I thought I'd do was put together a nice little video that breaks down the systems that I use that kind of keeps my company organized. So when it's time to scale, you know your numbers and everything. So this is a quick video. Hope you like it. Hey, before we do move on though, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to click that subscribe button. I need you to turn on that bell notification button so every time I drop a video, you guys can be alerted, and please smash the like button. It helps the algorithm. Then I could put out more content, more people could see it, and we can make more money together. All right, let's jump right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is a CRM. What is a CRM? It's a customer relationship management software. A lot of companies use a CRM to kind of keep a pulse on their company, to know exactly what your KPIs are, meaning where are your leads going, sales and marketing, KPIs. Those are things that a CRM is going to keep track of for you, which is going to make it easy to scale when it's time to scale. So the CRM that I use is Podio. They have different packages. I think their cheapest package starts at about $15 a month and it goes up to like 25 bucks. And I know a lot of people teach that you don't need a CRM to start, and that's completely true. But when I first started, I had leads everywhere. I was writing leads in notebooks, writing leads down on pads and papers in the car and Excel sheets, and it was scattered everywhere. So if you can afford 15 bucks or 25 bucks a month, I would say start out with a CRM so you could keep everything together, and then when it's time for you to scale, you know your numbers. So I would say the best thing to do is to at least look at a CRM and understand the function of it. And the one that I recommend is Podio. So the next thing I wanted to go over was CallRail. What is CallRail? CallRail is a software that sells you numbers. It's a monthly subscription. And I think the cheapest package is maybe like 45 bucks, 50 bucks a month. And this gives you 10 phone numbers. So let's just say you're marketing to 4 or 5 different channels. What you would do is you would take one of the phone numbers and you would put it, let's say, on bandit signs. You would use that number specifically only for bandit signs. You would take a second number, you would put that on your website. You would take a third number, you would put that on your postcards. You would take a fourth number, you would put that on whatever dialer you're using. Now what this is going to do is going to help you keep track of how much money is spent and where your leads are coming from. So let's just say on bandit signs you're spending $1,000 a month, and then on texting you're spending $1,000 a month. And let's say you do this for a couple of months. Once you get into, let's say, month 2, and you can see, or month 3, hey, I got 3 deals from bandit signs and I didn't get any deals from cold calling or texting. What you could do is then rearrange and reallocate your funds and move funds over to where you're getting more leads from. So that's why you use CallRail. Those are phone numbers that can help you track your KPIs. Next up, we're going to talk about Propstream. Now, Propstream for new wholesalers and new investors is a super powerful tool. You can pull lists from Propstream. You can skip trace in Propstream. You can look up property addresses in Propstream. You can pull comps in Propstream. So if you're looking to get into real estate and you're looking to pull data and you kind of want one place to get a lot of things done, I would say go to Propstream. I will put a link in the description below. You get a 7-day free trial. But Propstream is a very, very important tool for new investors, especially if you don't have access to MLS. You want to pull comps, and let's say you don't have a big budget to spend on data. For 99 bucks a month, you can actually pull 10,000 leads. So Propstream is something that I would say you want to invest into because we use it in our business, and I think it's a super popular. Not popular. A lot of wholesalers use it. A lot of investors use it. So I think that it's a tool that you definitely need to get in your company. All right, y'all. Let's talk about dialers. For everybody cold calling, I used almost every dialer in the industry. I went from Mojo to ZenCall to Call Tools, and the one that I chose that we currently use right now is Call Tools. I don't want to dive too much into the functionality of Call Tools. There's a lot of videos you can watch, but just a few things I wanted to touch on. One is when you're calling somebody and they don't pick up, you got a button where you can leave a RVM. I like that. So you didn't you didn't talk to them on the phone, but you left a message. So that's one of the things I like. It's a 10-line dialer, which most cold callers are going to be using a triple line dialer, at least a triple line dialer, so they could dial multiple lines at one time. So the interface is user friendly. That's what I like about it. Leaving the RVMs, the 10-line dialer, and I just like the software and the system in general. So if you're going to go into cold calling, I suggest Call Tools. It's about $125 a month, and that includes you being able to drop RVMs. That's the 10-line dialer. That's all the functionality and all of the features included in that one package. So Call Tools is what I recommend. Driving for dollars. Now, driving for dollars is going to be the cheapest way for you to find leads, but it's going to take up a lot of your time. So when I drive for dollars, I use Deal Machine. I didn't always use Deal Machine. I was writing leads down in notepads and using Landglide and a couple of other softwares. But Deal Machine, you can actually pull right up to the property, drop a pin. It's going to tell you who owns the property, and you can mail a postcard off. They have all type of features, driving routes. You can add multiple deal finders on your account. So if you're going to drive for dollars, I would say try to stay organized with it and use Deal Machine. Once again, I'll leave a link in the description below. I think you get like a $50 credit when you first sign up, but definitely if you're going to drive for dollars, use Deal Machine. All right, y'all, let's talk about websites, right? This is my outlook on websites. And I know a lot of people tell you you don't need a website to get started. But if I get a phone call and somebody calls me, wanting to buy my house, I'm going to search online. I'm going to Google you, and I'm going to see if you have a website. That's just me. I'm going to see if you have social credibility, if you're a legitimate company, especially when you're getting a lot of phone calls. So I would say start off with a website. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. I use Carrot for my website, but I also have standalone websites, right? So with Carrot, there's a couple of different packages that go from $59 all the way up to $99. $59 is for one website, and it's a plug and play. All you do is put your phone number in there, your logo, your state where you're at, and the site kind of forms everything around your address, your phone number, and you're up and running. That's the $59.99 one. $99.99, $99.99, right? You'll get 3 websites, which will usually be for people selling their homes, for people buying their homes, and then you can just have a company website, right? So that's if you're going to use Carrot. Once again, I'll leave a description link below so you can actually get a trial on Carrot as well, right? And then I also use standalone websites. So I'll get funnels built. If I'm running PPC, I'll get a specific funnel built just for PPC. Sometimes one converts over the other, but I would definitely tell you to get a website done for your company if you're just getting started, so you can have that social credibility. It's a little bit easier for people to find you, and it's going to better your chance of you closing a deal, right? Now let's talk about data, all right? Data for me is super important. What a lot of investors and new wholesalers will do is they'll buy data and they'll use it. Let's say they cold call it, they text through that data for a month or 2 months, they don't get a deal. They're going to throw that data away and buy new data. That can become very, very expensive. So I tell people to don't throw your data away, right? You can use data. We still have data that we're calling that we bought a year ago, and there's still deals in it. So I would say don't throw your data away, right? And I would say for somebody that is technical and understands data, right, you want to know exactly where your hottest leads are coming from. You want to know exactly what list they're on, so you can kind of get a pulse on your company, and then you know exactly when you need to buy data, when you could keep sifting through data. And a tool that I use for that is REI Sift. Now what I do is when I buy data, I bring the data in, I skip trace the data, right? And then I'll throw all of the data into REI Sift. So I may have 50,000, 100,000 leads in REI Sift, but I'm gonna know which leads have multiple pain points. I'm gonna know which lists are the ones that we need to be calling now. It updates when properties are sold. It lets you know which ones are vacant. So list stacking, that's what they call it in the industry. It's list stacking. I recommend using REI Sift. All right, this is the last subject I'm gonna talk about today, and that's text blasting. There's a lot of different platforms when it comes to text blasting, right? You have Launch Control, you got Lead Sherpa, you got Raw, you got Batch. Me personally, we use Lead Sherpa. Once again, the interface is user friendly. We like it. Disposition buttons that push everything into our CRM. The rotating of the numbers, that's one thing you have to be conscious of. When you're cold calling, they recommend that you have anywhere from 50 to 100 numbers that rotate in the one as you're texting, because it's a single, you have to hit every text. That's how they keep it TCPA compliant, is you have to hit every send, right? So when you're doing that, you want the phone number to switch and you want your message to switch, so you're not flagged by Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, and all of the different carriers. So I use Lead Sherpa. I think their cheapest package is $500 a month. That's the one I use. That's unlimited texting, sending 25,000 records a month. What we try to do is I try to send out anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 texts per day. You got to definitely make sure you keep an eye on the health, your list. You want to know the health of the list, so you know when to change that list. But once again, if you can afford these systems, I would say start out with these systems just so you can get organized. You can know the functionality of them. You can teach them to whoever you're putting in that position, and you could keep control of your system. So when it comes to texting, Lead Sherpa. So once again, there's 8 different softwares that I recommend: Podio, CallRail, Propstream, Call Tools, Deal Machine, Carrot, REI Sift, and Lead Sherpa. Those are the systems I use in my business. I hope this is helpful. I hope you're on your journey. Leave a message, send a DM, send an email. I want to help out as many people as possible. And once again, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Click that like button. I hope this helps you, and may 2022 be a blessing in your life. Let's go.